Yo guys, welcome back to a new video. So today I'm going to be doing another video in my series, The Story Of. And I thought a character that I would love to do is Dale Horvath. I have tried going on websites to see how his name is pronounced, and I think it's Horvath. But I absolutely love Dale. He's a fantastic character. I miss him loads. So let's get on with this story. So the story starts in The Walking Dead Season 1, Episode 1. And we don't really see much of Dale in the first couple of episodes. Episode 1, Dale hears Rick's radio message and says there should be a sign put on warning people of the dangers of Atlanta. Episode 2, Dale looks after Cole. Episode 3, we just see Dale in some situations. We learn about his mechanical brain, borrowing parts from the van Rick brought, and carrying about his tools, and learn that Dale will keep an eye on people and be suspicious when he tells Laurie that Cole is in the lake with Shane. Episode 5, Dale expresses his care for Andrea whilst they mourn over Amy's death. Dale notices Shane point a gun at Rick. Dale stays confused and suspicious, which will later lead on to a bigger arc where Dale and Shane are at odds. Episode 6, Dale really shows care with Andrea in this episode. We see him talk to Andrea and she explains that everything is gone. Later on, Andrea says she is going to stay behind, consequently committing suicide in the CDC. Dale says he is going to stay with Andrea even though he would die too. Eventually, in the latter moments, Andrea decides to leave so Dale doesn't die. Season 2, Episode 1. Dale is concerned with Andrea with good reason, after the fact she wanted to commit suicide. We find out later on that Andrea is upset with Dale that he ruined her chance to have an exit out of this life. Episode 3. Dale gives Andrea her gun back, in which he wouldn't do in episode 1. Dale asks Andrea if she can forgive him, and she says she's trying to. Episode 4. Dale thinks that there are problems in the story Shane has been telling about Otis's death. This is important because based off what Dale had seen before, this kicks his suspicions of Shane to the max. Episode 6. This is a very important episode with Dale. Firstly, he tries to confront Herschel in a positive way about the walkers in the barn, because if the secret got out it would cause chaos. Dale, not making any stupid decision or killing the walkers himself, but trying to convince Herschel, shows that he is a nice moral compass that isn't stupid with his decisions or attitude. He then talks to Laurie and tries to calm her down, talking about his own personal experience. But it's somewhat honest and not stupid when Laurie questions whether the child can live a long time. Later on, Dale finds out that Andrea and Shane had sex. This forces him to finally confront Shane about what happened when Otis died and the shotgun fiasco with Rick. Dale tells Shane to leave, but Shane threatens to kill Dale. Episode 7. When the secret is out, Dale tries to explain to everyone that Herschel sees walkers as sick people and his wife and stepson are in the barn, consequently making it a hard ordeal to convince Herschel to let them clear the barn. Dale tells Andrea to stay away from Shane. She refuses, so Dale grabs the guns and sneaks off to the swamp to hide them. Although Shane finds Dale, he says that Dale will have to shoot him if he doesn't want him taking the guns back. Dale can't pull the trigger and hands back the guns. Dale says he'd rather be a man that he is than to become a monster. Episode 8. Shane accuses Dale of being useless. Dale disagrees with what happened, and now there is another problem created with Herschel. Dale also reveals to Laurie that he believes Shane killed Otis and used him to escape. Episode 9. Dale, with Andrea, tried to help by looking after Cole because Shane revealed Laurie is pregnant. Dale tells Andrea Shane is trouble and that he wants to be leader. Andrea does not believe this and walks off. Dale and the others discover a stranger has been brought back. Episode 10. Dale does not want to kill the stranger, going against what Rick believes is safe for the group. He asks for a little bit of time to talk to everyone and convince the others. It will be put up to a vote. However, nobody agrees with Dale, except Andrea after another desperate plea. Although even with Andrea, Dale is still angry and therefore leaves the house. He exclaims this group is indeed broken. At night, when Dale is patrolling the farm, he finds a dying cow. He is suddenly attacked and the walker gets into Dale and digs his hands into his stomach. Dale screams during his attack, which gets the group quickly rushing around him. Herschel says Dale's injuries are too severe to be treated. Rick can't shoot Dale in the head, and therefore Daryl apologizes before shooting Dale. Dale is buried the next day, and to honor him, they allow the stranger to be set free, because that's what he would have wanted. Season 9. In What Comes After, we see Dale in an hallucination. Well guys, that is the story of Dale. I'm sorry, I'm not too sure how well it's going to sound. I probably, should practice talking a little bit, but that was kind of writing it down and trying to speak out the story. I'm still unsure kind of what events I depict, because obviously I did miss a couple episodes out where it was quiet. And in season 1 there are a couple of episodes where really I didn't really need to mention what he did. But that was the story of Dale. Season 2 obviously was where he mostly shined. And it was really sad that he died. I haven't read the comic books, but as far as I'm aware, Jeffrey DeMunn, his actor, left the show because Frank Darabont was fired. Which obviously sad that he wanted to be killed off because of that. But for him in the show, he is definitely a classic era character. He's definitely someone that when you think of the early seasons of The Walking Dead, he's one of the people you think of. And he's just one of my favourite characters, and I really wish that he was still in the show. I'd say he's underrated, but I know that he does have a big following, but I still think I would go there and say he is still underrated, but I get that he wasn't in the show for that long, so I completely understand why it's not like he's talked about a lot, but it'd be very nice to see maybe some kind of episode of him beforehand, I don't know. But I'm glad that we got the time we had with Dale, and his death was one that, while upsetting and not the best death, at least the impact and consequences around his death about setting the Stranger 3 in the group, understanding that that's what he would want, that was nice to see. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.